Hello. Today we're doing a real estate TV show with my good friend Yanni Raz. Welcome, brother, to
Hi.
Cashflow Properties.
Yes, hi, how are you?
I'm excited to have you on my TV show, and thanks for coming.
Thanks for inviting.
Thank you so much. And we will talk about today about the real estate. We will talk about your awesome book today. And because so many people asking me today about what's the price is going to happen about the real estate. So I have a lot of questions. I know you have a lot of experience about the real estate. But in the beginning, I want you to please introduce yourself.
So first of all, my name is Yanni Raz, and I really want to speak Armenian like him, but I can't, unfortunately. And I have some real estate experience, like 20-something years, 21, 22 years. And I've been doing mainly hard money right now, private lending, but my background is I started as a conventional lender, working in banks and then working for brokers. And then I became a real estate agent. I don't know if you knew that, but I used to be a cold banker. And I just didn't like it. I couldn't connect. It's a really hard work. Only people like him can do it because I cannot do it. I cannot touch it.
That's a nice compliment.
But I learned all kind of angles of real estate. And today, as a hard money lender and as a private investor and a developer, I'm very involved and very well versed about the market, especially in LA and Miami. I'm investing a lot in Miami, but LA is like my main core business. So yeah, I'm here with Gagik, and we're trying to brainstorm to help you guys and to see how we can benefit you with some knowledge, because really the knowledge is going to give you power to make money and to make the right moves, if it's in today's market or a different market that's going to come next year, because it keeps changing and evolving, all the time.
Thank you. And you also a hard money lender.
Yeah.
And I want you also to talk about your awesome book, which I personally I read it, and I would recommend this to everybody. It's a life-changing book, a really amazing book. I read it myself, and I learned a lot about this book. And I would definitely recommend about you reading about this, where our audience can get this copy of this book. If you could also talk about a little bit about
online
this.
Mainly. Everything is online these days, so Amazon and all the other places, just like Amazon. Amazon is the biggest one. But really, like the main reason why I wrote this book is because I want to give tips for people how to really succeed in life in general, not just real estate. But real estate, yes, it's the core business for me, so I talk about real estate a lot. But yes, you guys need to understand that I don't come from money. I never been with money. My parents don't know money. Like, I never knew money until I decided, I made a definite decision that I'm going to start making money in my life and I'm going to create success. And to create success is all about right here. It's mental, Even though you think you can't, you can. If you're going to change this thought of you can't to you can, and keep memorizing it and keep, rephrasing it in your head, you're going to realize that you can actually do it. And in real estate, it's the best thing. It's easier than any other profession, because real estate always goes up and you always make money in real estate.
True. And the reason I said this is a life-changing book, because I read it and I learned a lot from this book. And I'm sure when you read this book, you're going to learn a lot about this book. And it's a life-changing book. And I would definitely recommend you grab this copy. Please give me a call, and I will tell you how to purchase it and how to get this awesome book. And you mentioned, go ahead if you have something to add.
No, go ahead.
So you mentioned about the real estate, that real estate is, so many people want to involve with the real estate. But most people give up in halfway. Why is that? What do you think? The
Because
challenges.
it's very challenging. That's the problem. Because in the beginning, just like with me, when I started, you know, it was very difficult because you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the experience, and people need to trust you with this little experience to sell their most valuable property, which is their home. You know, those four walls, they become part of who you are, you know, and what you represent in this world. And it's a very difficult task to go and convince someone to sell the property with you when you can't even believe in yourself enough to go and sell it. Now, in the very beginning, you need to work so hard on believing in yourself and on getting the knowledge that you get tired and demotivated. And what happened to me, after 8 months that I've been doing that, I became a limo driver. I really did, and I actually put it in the book because I didn't have any money. I was in credit card debts. I can't get any clients. I can't close any deals. Even though I see the view that it's clear that I'm going to make money, I'm going to create success, but I have to struggle a little bit more. I couldn't pay the bills anymore. So I found a job as a limo driver, but I've done like driving only for like a month, because what happened, one day I went to the airport and I took this guy, and all he was talking in the back was real estate. And I was driving and I'm listening to him. I'm like, no way, I can do it. I can do it. I'm not going to be a driver for someone need to drive me. I'm not going to drive them. And that day was actually a day that changed my whole entire life. I went back to the office and I decided, if I'm going to be successful in real estate, I'm not going to do anything in my life. That's it. I'm going to be a bum. When I made that decision, I guess I sent vibrations to the whole world. It's you really need to understand my mind. My mind is a little bit messed up, but in a good way, because it took me to the next level, to success. And I sent vibration to the world, telling them the fact that I'm not going anywhere, I'm staying here, and I'm going to be successful no matter what. And seriously, I've been working 8 months without making any money. When I made that decision, a month or two later, I started making money. And when I'm saying money, I started making money I've never knew exist in my life. You know, I always read stories about it and watched TV, and like, it really became like a fantasy that never gonna happen. But it did happen, and I proved myself that, you know what, it's possible if you can control it with your head. And that's how I started becoming successful in real estate. That was like 21, 22 years ago, and I'm still here, strong, not going anywhere.
Awesome, congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
know it's a lot of hard work. And believe it or not, me too, when I started about 25 years ago, when I started my real estate career, first 2 years, I couldn't sell nothing, zero, and I was about to give up.
Yeah.
I was about to give up,
yeah.
you know. And just one click, and it just and all of a sudden, after 2 years, I started, you know, selling real estate, and now about 20 years I've been with my people, helping my people, you know, buying or selling real estate for over 25 years.
Listen, you do, I believe, one of the most difficult challenges in real estate. It's to be a listing agent is not easy. I was a listing agent for a year and a half, and yes, I was busy. I was really busy, but it was so difficult. I was like, that's not what I want to do. You know, you guys, realtors, they like, wow, oh my God,
This is why 80% of
Crazy.
people, they don't last in a business.
Yeah.
When you enter the real estate business, 80% of people, they don't last. The realtor, they just give up.
Yeah.
But your advice is, it's absolutely correct. If you have your mindset and if strong enough, if you're focused, you will be successful. I appreciate the good tips.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And Yanni, let's talk about today's market. So many people are asking me about, is it good time to buy? What's going to happen the prices? Is it good to buy or wait? What is your opinion?
So it's a very questionable time in our lives. In 2008, you saw it. It was clear it's going down. it's going to crash. Nobody touched real estate. Great. So people knew what to do eventually, and it took like maybe a couple of weeks to understand that, okay, it's going to crash. So nobody touched anything. But now it's a little bit different because we have wars everywhere in the world. Ukraine, Israel, Armenia, everywhere people are fighting.
True.
There's elections going on right now in the US, which is a big, big deal because it's a big change. Like now, Donald Trump, Biden, like, you know, nobody knows where it's going to go. And then you have the interest rates. You know, we used to buy a property for $1 million, sorry, in LA, $2 million a year ago with 3%, and now it's double and a little bit higher than double. It's like 7% just to get a conventional loan. It's like, it's crazy. You know, people need to make a lot of money to qualify with the banks in order to buy a property. So it doesn't really make sense, but it is. So I'll explain why I'm saying that, because those of you that are a little bit more savvier than the ones that have no experience, zero experience, need to look at this time as a huge opportunity. Because right now, if you think about it, people in fear. The fact that he's asking me this question about the market right now, he knows people that are in fear. Those people, they can be your potential opportunity, because those people may offer you an opportunity that for them is a big loss. You know, their loss is your gold. And that's where people become rich in times like this, because the time is not clear for anyone. Now, the savvy people like me, I look from the back. I'm looking, waiting for the opportunity to arrive. I'm not making mistakes, making, you know, any wrong decisions. But you know what? 99% of the populations, they're not me. 99% of the populations, they making the mistakes, they making bad decisions. And that's where you guys, you know, that's where you need to come in and step in the plate and take advantage of this opportunity to help other people and making yourself money and create yourself success. You're not screwing anyone. You can't look at it as like, oh, I'm going to go screw the 99%. I'm not screwing anyone. When someone that need help, come to me right now, because right now it's the time for the opportunities. He comes to me because I know it's an opportunity, and he knows I have the money to create this opportunity for me, but to help him, he's asking for help. So I'm here to help you. But of course, I'm going to make money off of helping you, because nobody's going to do it for free. It's, you know, it's legitimate, you know.
The real sharks and lions are waiting right now, and there's so many opportunities now.
Yeah.
To take advantage of this now, because yeah, like you mentioned, there's a lot of people in fear right now and they're afraid of taking any action, but that's wrong. I like your point. You know, today's you have so much opportunities, and I during my TV show I showed those opportunities to you guys, and this is your turn to reach out to us and let us know how we can help you.
To you, not to me. You're the man.
Sure.
I cannot touch what you do.
So, yeah.
No, but seriously, like if you have like anything to do with real estate, I definitely highly recommend to talk to Gagik, because he has the experience and the expertise, you know, to deal with real estate and to give you the right direction, you know, and you can make a plan together. That's what I offer my clients in Hard Money. I tell them, okay, let's make a plan together. If you know or if you don't know, more knowledge or less knowledge doesn't really matter. You know, let's create a plan together and let's together go as partners. Even though you're not becoming a real partner in the deal, it's a possibility. You never know where it's gonna end. You never know what kind of deal suddenly he can get to the table that you can't, or you can get to the table that he can't get. And, you know, working with your minds together can create a bigger power. You know, so teaming up I believe it's a really good opportunity.
Especially to get an advice, somebody's experience, somebody knows his job, somebody loves his job. I absolutely agree with you. And besides that, I always say to my audience, you know, real estate is a long-term investment.
Absolutely.
And honestly, if you keep your real estate 4 to 8 years, definitely you're going to gain a lot of equity. Definitely you're going to be a winner. So if you're thinking of buying or selling, without any hesitation, just go ahead and call your favorite realtor. And if you don't have one, I'll be very happy to help you. The telephone number is right there. Reach out to me anytime and I will be happy to help you. You currently are also working on a couple of deals, building a huge apartment buildings. If you don't mind, you can share this, with my viewers, please.
Yeah. So now basically, I've created myself an opportunity, like I just told you 5 minutes ago, by helping other people. So what I do, I help low-income communities in LA, which is the majority of the people here in LA right now. It's very sad, but it's true that a lot of people, they just can't make enough money to pay high rent and mortgages, and they apply for vouchers with the city and with the government if it's a federal Section 8, and they're looking for opportunities to go and rent with a voucher through the government. And that's where a guy like me comes in, because I recognize this opportunity for me to make money, but more than that, and really it's more than that, it's a very important point, I go and I help people. I see all the tenants, all those buildings that I own, that I go and I rent to different people that belong to Section 8 or low-income housing, and you see them coming in with tears. Like, thank you so much, Yanni, for helping me, for giving me a home, me, my kids, my family. And this is the most satisfying moment and the most satisfying profession I ever done before, because I'm coming from just lending to developing properties. But because I recognize this opportunity and I'm helping so many people, I got blessed that, to do more. And that's my intention, is to grow and do more, because as Gagik was saying, real estate long term, you're going to be a winner no matter what. It doesn't matter what you're going to do, even if you're going to make a little bit wrong decisions because of your not experience or you don't have enough knowledge, whatever. You're still making mistakes, but you're still going to be successful, because that's what real estate is all about. That's the beauty of real estate. Even people that don't know anything about real estate, even you guys that maybe you don't know anything about real estate, you own a home right now. If you calculate the times that you live in your house and the amount of money you made without working, without doing anything, you're a winner. That's the bottom line.
So many people, they do have so much equity in their houses. What would you recommend to these people?
So, okay. So there's two types of people in the world. There's the old-fashioned people like me, with the newer, modern way of thinking. But then you have the new generation. The new generation, with my new way of thinking, I believe in debt. I want debt. I recommend debt all day long, because debt creates money. And you basically make money from debt without really, using any of your own money, because you use somebody else's money. And that's a trick that I read in books. I didn't know how to implement it. And when I learned, I'm full of debt. Like, everything in my life is debt. But you know what? I make so much money from this debt. It's crazy. The old-fashioned person in me and the old-fashioned people that, that from 30, 40 years ago, like my parents, for example, they want to pay off their house. They want 30 years to sit in the house, and then in 30 years from now, to sit in the house. This house is paid off. It belongs to me. But you know what? All these 30 years that you kind of like paid off the house, you could probably buy 10 other houses.
At least.
Or 15 other houses. If you knew how to create a system working with the debt for your favor and not leaving the banks to enjoy the debt. But how banks are rich? Banks making money from lending money, from creating debt. You need to learn how to get into debt, smart debt, not buying a luxury car or leasing whatever, like airplanes. No, real estate. The trick is real estate. You can buy, like if you let's say own a house right now, free and clear or close to be free and clear, that's worth at least $1 million. It means that you have $1 million sitting in the bank. This million dollar can actually make you another million. So if you can make another million from this million getting debt, then you buy another property within a year or less. Then that property gonna have another $1 million debt on it, which you can enjoy and take it, for your favor to buy more real estate. Now you have 3 properties. And that's how you grow slowly. But you have to be smart about it. You gotta really know what you're doing and how to handle it, because you can't use debt for pleasure. Use debt, to create opportunities.
And this is why so many wealthy people choose real estate, and this is why they're very wealthy. Like, we don't have to do the Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki, Grant Cardone. I think Grant Cardone has about 14,000 apartment units.
Could be.
Yeah.
But he's not using his money.
Exactly. And
he doesn't even have a penny in those properties.
True. And same thing that Robert Kiyosaki, And I also learn a lot from reading their books. And like you mentioned, the debt will create wealth.
Yeah.
So use that money that sits in your bank, sits in your house, that it doesn't do anything. Just get a home line of credit or something, and then purchase another investment property. And the reason I'm saying this, Yanni, because I've been getting so many phone calls every day. People sometimes cry and they said, my rent, I can't even pay for paying rent.
Yeah.
And this is why, like you mentioned, you have to make investments in a life. If you have something to say about this one, it's just like I just agree with you, but I recommend that to invest because you don't want every year some landlord knock on your door. Hey, we're increasing your rent $100, or you cannot have a loud music. You feel good when you have your own place, and then plus you just. One day you wake up, you have so much equity in your house, and then you could buy another one. You can buy another one, and all of a sudden you see 10 units houses, right?
Imagine if you have 10 houses. If you have now in your property $1 million in equity, imagine you have 10 houses with $1 million equity. Let's put it this way. That's big money.
How much is going to change your life?
It's going to change your life instantly. Yeah. And you don't really need to pay so much taxes on it. We just talked about it that when you refinance, you're cashing out, you really don't pay any taxes. You pay taxes when you flip the property, when you sell the property. But if you keep the property, then you're gonna have all the time money coming in. If it's from the rents, from the tenants, even from refinancing and cashing out, you're always gonna have money coming in, always.
What kind of properties you would recommend that somebody is doing their first steps in a real estate career, or they wanted to buy? What is your suggestion would be? How they start?
It has to be, first of all, it has to be a single family resident. I made a mistake. The first property I ever bought was a townhouse. Now, townhouse and condos, very challenging because they have the HOA, the homeowner association, and you got to deal with like a board when you remodel, when you flip a property. There's a lot of implications, like with the banks, if to lend, not to lend, a lot of headache. I made that mistake because I didn't know. Now I know, so I'm telling you, do not do that. So the first property is single family resident. You're looking for an opportunity that not just like any deal that you see in the market. You got to look for, be creative. Think about how to find better properties. Let Gagik help you. Gagik can tell you exactly where to find better deals. He's going to find the deals for you. And that's why you need to brainstorm with someone professional, because he can save you time. Because if you're going to buy a condo or a townhouse right now, you might get into problems. We might not, but it's a risk. It's a risk that you're taking. So don't take this risk, and take a professional next to you. So when you start with a single family and you get a really good deal, Now you're starting the flipping process. You're meeting a contractor, you're meeting the people involved in the transaction. And then the second one, it's going to be so much easier because you already done it once. And once you do it like 5 or 6 times, now you're just going to swim there. It's going to be so easy. It's just going to come natural, you know. So yeah, that's what you need to do in the beginning.
And one of the ways I actually learned a lot by reading lots of good books, many good books. And I want to once again mention about this awesome book. I learned a lot, and I really mean it. This awesome, wonderful book. And you will, this literally will change your life. It will, teach you about everything in life. So reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help you to get this book. Read lots of books because you have to educate yourself. You have to educate yourself. You have to learn as much as possible. And one day, of course, when you become somebody, popular somebody like Yanni Raz, I appreciate that you are, you're a life changer, you're an influencer. You change many people's life because of your awesome advice and your presence. Because you even help people with their with hard money. Hard money is people sometimes come to me and they cry, they're losing their house. Imagine when you come and grab them, help them with the hard money and help them to save their house. That smile. It's incredible to see that feeling. So if you can tell me, if you remember something about that, you help that person to save the house.
I helped a lot of people saving their homes because normally in hard money is private lending for those of you that don't know. But normally in hard money, I deal with like the worst people, the worst cases, because I'm kind of like the last resort.
Of course, you have to make money.
No, of course I have to make money. I understand that.
Yes.
Whenever they come to me, they're already prepared because they already shopped around. They already talked to a lot of people. Nobody wanted to help them. Then they come to me. I'm the last stop. And I also tell people, go look around. Just if you really can't find anything, then come to me. Because I don't want to waste my time for me. And I don't want them to waste their time for them. I want them to understand I'm expensive, but I can get stuff done.
The most important,
I'm going to get it done.
You help people to save their house.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. And I've seen the smiles on their face, the feeling, that they are able to keep their homes. That's an amazing feeling. And it's been many years. I also worked with Yanni, and I appreciate your friendship and your mentorship, and thank you for coming to
Thank you for inviting me. It was great.
Well, we have, I think, 2 minutes to finish. If you may, have enough, I'll let you have the last words. The closing, if you may, please.
Wow, I don't know what to say. I know that the way we met, it was in one of my events like 10 years ago, or actually longer than 10 years. And since then, there was a lot of challenges throughout the way, and you will always have challenges. You will always make mistakes. You got to learn from these mistakes. You got to get up. And you got to try again and again and again and again and again, and never give up, because you don't want to give up on your life, because really, like, when you give up on your dreams and your goals and you have nothing to wake up for in the morning, then it's like, shit, what the hell am I doing in this world? You don't want to get there. And in order not to get there, you need to understand that you're going to keep trying whatever you love to do. If you love real estate, great. If you don't love real estate, it's okay. Not everybody is into just money. If you're into money, great. Why not? Real estate is definitely for you. But if you're not into money and you're into other things can make you really, really happy. Even though you're not going to make tons of money, you're going to make enough to survive. And why you're going to make enough to survive? Because you love what you do. And you're going to figure out a way what to do in order to create money and some kind of a success for you, because you love it, and passion beats everything. passion beats everything. I started real estate with no passion, and that's why I quit after 8 months and became a limo driver. And that month was crucial to my career in real estate. And that month made me want real estate beyond and above anything I ever wanted in my life. And when I made that decision, I became successful.
Totally changed your life, and thank you for sharing, and thank you for coming to my show. I greatly appreciate your time, and if you have time again in the future, please let's do another show.
I would love that.
Thank you so much for watching today's show, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, guys.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Right,
Thank
bye.
you so much.
Thank you.